So I'm calling about the Cuban crisis. How can I, as a free American, help them?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are asking that is what can we do to actually support you? We can bring awareness, talk about it, encourage the current demonstrations that are happening. And a lot of people are asking, well, what can they do when even they see that asylum is being kind of denied for a lot of Cuban refugees?
Well, there's one.
So what can we do?
Well, I think this is a great question, and you just hit it. We have, and Fan is following up on this, but asylum is being denied those coming over from Cuba right now, today. The United States is denying asylum to people fleeing communist Cuba today. So I'm going to go to Wes on this, because from a military, former colonel in the United States Army, but also from a policy standpoint, we have to address this policy. And one thing we can do affirmatively is to immediately communicate with the White House, and it may be that we draft a letter to the White House, but certainly to members of Congress, to say this policy has to change.
Yeah, the American people need to stand up and with one full voice bring this issue to the forefront and let the White House and our representatives in Congress know this is completely unacceptable. It's one thing to have the chaos and the disorder that we do on the southern border with people coming across literally by the thousands. It will be over 1 million people by the end of the fiscal year, September 30th. And yet these are people that are 90 miles away under an oppressive regime who simply long for freedom. They are our cousins in many ways when it comes to their longing for freedom and being so close to us. So, yeah, the American people need to let our representatives know this has to stop. It has to stop now.
So let me go to Than, Logan, if I can, on this, because Than, let's talk practical, because this was the question is what can we do? And we need to engage. So what is the next best thing we can do? What is the best thing we could do at this point with Congress?
Yeah, it really is on that asylum point. That's why we've come back to it multiple times, Jay. This is exactly why we have asylum laws in the United States. It's why the ACLJ and the ECLJ have engaged on asylum cases in the past. Jay, in order to get asylum in the United States, and I think it's important for Colleen to understand this, someone coming to the United States has to be able to demonstrate that they have credible fear for their lives or for their well-being. Jay, that is the exact definition of the people who are fleeing Cuba right now. Now, one of the things you need to do to have an effective asylum process is to have operational control of the border, and that goes to Wes's point. But this is why what Secretary Mayorkas said to the Cuban refugees, that if you arrive in a boat, you will be immediately returned, is exactly wrong, Jay. What he should be saying is you will be allowed to claim asylum and you will go through the process. So what are we going to do? We're going to communicate to Congress and to the White House what the current law is. Jay, we don't need a change in law. We have the asylum laws for this process, and those refugees ought to be able to utilize it.